Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We're bringing you Friday night action with the Cold Hard Art 3-Wide Cup Series. We got qualifying tonight at Daytona as well as a duel race. We got 40 laps of action coming to you after single file qualifying. We apologize for the delay. We'll at some point talk about that. But joining me tonight, I'm Wendell, by the way. Joining me tonight, Trey Landry in the booth. We got Thomas Morris in the booth. Between the three of us, we're going to bring you the best of the best that 3-Wide Racing has to offer. Trey, Thomas, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, man. I'm excited to get this Cold Hard Art series kicked off. What better way to do it than Daytona qualifying, some dual racing live on OCR TV.
Like Trey said, just ready to kick off the year. I know these boys have been waiting long off season. We've seen a few other events, the Clash and little super late models, but these boys are ready to get these Cup cars up to speed.
Yeah, right now we got, of course, the format for qualifying is that non-charter drivers are going to go first. There's a few of them, and then the charter drivers will go home. Of course, the charter drivers are locked into the race no matter where they qualify or how they finish in the duels. But the non-charter drivers, only 3 will make the race. So some people will go home tonight.
Ooh, and you know that's going to add some pressure to you, Trey, because there's not a whole lot you're going to do with the fixed set at Daytona qualifying. You hold a pretty wheel and hope you get that good lap in and don't have to fall back on qualifying your way into the duel.
Yeah, it's like you said, hold that pretty wheel. Hope your line is better than the other guys. I really expect qualifying is going to be very tight tonight.
And this is one of those where you hope you get that gust of wind that helps you and doesn't hurt you.
Yeah. I really, it would not surprise me if it comes down to 1,000th of a second for the guy that goes home.
Oh, without a doubt. We've seen it time and time again. Even, different cars, different tracks, it's that close. And you go to a track like Daytona, it could be, like you said, 1,000th of a second separating a couple guys, not just one.
Well, it looks like our first driver of the night has put up his time. Steven Cruz put up a 47.591.
That's a pretty respectable time, I feel like. We're going to see how that shakes out. Hard to tell you until we see a few more cars go.
Yeah, and, next out on the Speedway, we got Kyle Hanshaw. Yeah, he's driving the number 46 car with the Hoosier logos on it. Beautiful Toyota there.
Well, that's a 46 number. You don't see that very often in NASCAR.
No.
Dennis Setzer didn't have that number. Was he 46?
Couldn't tell you.
My memory fails me tonight.
The only cars I care about, Thomas, are those of the 3-Wide Racing League.
I'd say it's a pretty car, pretty number color, and just overall pretty color of the car. That purple matches pretty nicely. I know our man who can't be here tonight, Thomas Fredericks, would approve.
All right. While we're qualifying, I think we mentioned in broadcast leading up to this that we'd like to get to know the drivers of the 3-Wide. What do you guys say about me going to trying to find a driver and drag him up here and let's talk to him?
Well, I'd say that's a pleasant idea.
That's pretty smart.
Let me peruse the TeamSpeak here.
Now, Wendell, we know not the most challenging thing you're going to do tonight by running around 2 laps wide open and barely turning the wheel left, but definitely a little bit of nerves doing this, knowing if you don't do it right as a non-charter team, you're going to have to get it done in a race where a little bit more uncontrolled.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know you speak from experience, myself as well. The the racked up nerves that can come from being in a pack at Daytona is indeed nerve-wracking.
Haha.
All right, fellas, I caught up with Paul Ross, member of the 3OG racing team, driver of the number 18. Paul, it's Daytona. It's the start of the Cold Hard Art Series. Are you excited?
Yeah, it's we usually only have about a month and a half off in between seasons, and this year I want to say we took about 4.5 months roughly off. So it's a lot more anticipated this time around than any of the previous seasons we've had.
Right on. So, what's the strategy in qualifying here in Daytona? Let our viewers know that some that may not be familiar with iRacing, how does it work here?
You're gonna come out. You're gonna have one full lap as your off lap. That lap, you really are just trying not to scrub off any kind of speed and build up as much momentum as you can. And then we do 2 timed laps. So most guys you'll see run up high for that first timed lap and then bring it down low, just trying to get as much speed built up as they can. And then just hold her pinned and try to keep it smooth.
All right, Paul. We know that there's some. We know you're a charter driver, so you're pretty much locked into the race no matter what. But some of these non-charter drivers, I do believe that there's only going to be 3 that make the race. Aren't you glad you're not one of them?
Yes. Yeah, I'm extremely happy about that. I never have been able to qualify good on super speedways. I can usually race pretty good. If I'm in the top half of the pack after this, I'll be happy. But yeah, being a non-charter driver and then pretty much having to run a fast lap, which I usually can't do, and then trying to stay, out of trouble for the 40 laps of the clash, or not the clash, sorry, the duel. It's gonna be nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we're trying to get to know you guys. So, Paul, what is something that you like to do outside of iRacing and sim racing?
Probably working on cars or snowmobiling. I've been huge into backcountry snowmobiling for about 15 years now, and that's pretty much what I live for.
So I'm going to assume he lives up north, Trey.
Yeah, I'm going to assume the same as well.
Yeah, Northeast Washington State.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty far up there.
Yeah, we're about 2 hours from Canada, so that's where the good riding's at.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. While we were talking to Paul, Brooks Westfall put up a pretty nice lap, a 5:09. So right now he's top of the charts as far as the non-charter drivers go.
Pretty big pickup there, almost 200s quicker than second. That's a good little chunk to have.
Currently out on the speedway right now is going to be the 14 car, Kevin Finn. And
The flying Finn.
And something about that car is making me incredibly thirsty. I don't know what it is, though.
Yes, sir. All right, well, Paul, we appreciate you joining us in the booth tonight, man. Good luck in qualifying and good luck in the duels, man. We look forward to calling this all year long.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun, and if things go right, I'll be talking to you guys after the race.
I hope so, Paul.
All right, thanks, you guys. Have a good night.
I was going to say, too, well, if things go really wrong, we'll also probably be talking to you during the race. And possibly after.
No, that was an impressive lap put up by Brooks Westfall there with a 5:09.
All right,
yeah,
so
he had her pedaling.
I noticed we got some people watching the stream, so I'm going to go ahead and post it. I'd like to hear a random question from the crowd. Something that we can ask these drivers, maybe not sim-related, something maybe a little off the wall. Give us some suggestions to ask these drivers, because we're trying to get to know them just like you are. So help us out.
And Kevin Finn in the 14 right there is not as close to the yellow line as I would like to be personally, but I guess after he finishes his lap, there might be a reason for that.
Well, we'll see how he stacks up against Brooks. Brooks ran a pretty stout lap, 5:09. So we'll see.
You say that, Wendell, but sometimes if you get right on that line, it's not. You kind of lose a little more speed because you're hyper focusing on trying to stay on there,
look
just
at
letting
that.
the car
Yeah,
unload
absolutely.
naturally. Ooh.
A 4:92, good lap.
And that might explain
Sounds
why
getting
I'm up here
faster.
doing this instead of down there doing that.
So he made you look like a fool there.
Yes, sir.
I put a disclaimer in. We're safe.
Outstanding lap by the Flying Finn.
All right, gentlemen. Next out, the number 90 car, Corey Lindsay. Looks like he's in a Puma machine tonight. I don't know much, but I know that car is bright.
Yeah, if we see that car go up and over, we'll definitely notice it. Although I'm pretty sure after the way the clash went, he wants to keep all four wheels on the ground and teammates keeping him the right direction.
Yes, sir.
Chad Brown in the chat with a really interesting question. Trey?
Oh, well, this is not, what was that, Love Connection? I don't know if we'll ask that one.
Oh, Trey, I think you might be dating yourself there.
Yeah, well, probably so. What do you guys say that I go down here and grab somebody else?
Sounds like a plan.
I'd say with you being the grabber of the grabbables,
I don't even know how you said that.
hard work and determination.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, while Trey's gone, we're going to watch Corey Lindsay take his first fast lap here. Just finished his green. Now he's on the white. Now he's not tracking as fast as some of the other cars were, but looks like he might have a little bit of speed going into one here, Morris.
Yeah, he's he's probably got a plan in his head. You know how we've done this a couple times, Wendell. So you know what you want to do, and you hope you can actually execute that when you get on the track and turn the laps.
Yeah, I've only done it once or twice, but once or twice and everything nice.
All right, Wendell, Thomas, it's time to shake and bake. I got the driver of the number 12 Shake and Bake Motorsports car, Matt Hackathorn.
Oh, snap.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, doing great. Just enjoying the night.
Yeah, so we expect qualifying to be tight tonight. Where do you see yourself shaking out? Are you a good qualifier at these tracks or what?
I'm actually kind of hoping for mid-pack because being up the front up here is not fun.
Well, we kind of saw it kind of shake out like that at the Clash. Johnny Thomas actually won the race. I believe he started mid-pack and, ended up winning it. So you never know.
Yeah, because I hooked up with him, pushed him all the way up there, and then just due to the bad luck of last weekend, I got caught up in another accident. So.
All right. Well, we're trying to get to know the drivers here at 3 Wide. What is something that you like to do outside of sim racing?
Well, I'm actually a paid oval track mechanic and crew chief, and I'm just trying to put the finishing touches on my own late model this year.
All right, on. So we got us a real race car driver. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what they say, at least.
I hear you. So, we're soliciting questions from our chat participants, and we got one question. What kind of car do you drive in real life?
Well, I have quite a few, but my current daily driver is a 1982 Toyota Supra.
Nice.
Nice. Turbocharged?
I don't like flag. I go up and try to do some autocross, and I try to be well versed in all auto racing, because everything pertains to everything when it comes to being behind the wheel.
All right.
So I think this guy might be looking for dirt coming out next week.
Oh, yeah. Grew up in North Dakota, watched a lot of dirt racing, and got to experience a little bit on a dirt street stock, and I think we did a late model too, but I was pretty young back then, so.
North Dakota,
Alright.
that's a new one. I don't think we ever had someone from North Dakota on the stream or raced around, Trent.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Grew up in, was born in California, moved to North Dakota, moved to the Carolinas, spent most of my life there, and now I find myself in Post Falls, Idaho.
Well, I guess you'd say he's been well traveled.
Very well traveled. All right, Matt, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to? Anything you'd like to say to our viewers watching tonight?
Well, I gotta thank Mike Stevens for helping me kind of revive this team this year, because we kind of got left on the fence last year. So we didn't know if we were coming back as shake and bake. We didn't know what was going on, and we put our big boy pants on, brought the team back, and we've been doing great all speed week. But just hoping to have a good night tonight. Hope you guys enjoy. You can find me behind somebody. I'm gonna be pushing all the way through. It's just the duels.
All right, Matt, we hear you, man. We look forward to talking to you again in the future, man. Thanks for joining us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you guys. Have a good broadcast.
So we had a few people hit some laps there while we were doing the interview. Looks like the 4 car slotted in P2 on the board, and we finished up with Corey Lindsay when we started the interview. He didn't pick up like we thought he would there, Wendell. Kind of you hate to say a slow lap, but a little bit off the pace from what we thought he was going to run.
Yeah, and it did appear on the completion of that first lap, he was a little bit off the pace compared to some of the other cars, but I don't know, it's still pretty early. May not necessarily be an issue. Might be a good thing to start towards the back of the field.
Well, I think it just depends on how aggressive these guys are going to be, and I
from
think
Jeff's story.
ties
Ties actually.
It depends.
Our first tie of the night, boys. 506 to a 506.
Ooh.
Guessing iRacing gave the nod there out to the 10/1000ths of a second. So.
Yeah.
And rolling out, as I say, rolling out. He's already rolling hard. We got Danny D. Almeida, excuse me. We did clarify
That's a pretty car.
We did clarify that the other night. D. Almeida.
I think by now, Wendell, they know names, not our strong suit.
Right.
True.
Math, names, words. Pretty thing. Those are like the biggest things we have the hardest time with. So.
And he's making his way through 3 and 4. Be interesting to see what kind of a lap time he puts down for his first lap. As we saw, Corey Lindsay laid down a 48.3, and that's as his first lap. Second lap of 5.45, mired him back to 6th.
We've seen. We'll see the.
Now this
Finn there was a 291, so that wasn't the quickest first lap.
This first lap, 48.195. Now, if trends hold up, this is going to be your new pole sitter at the end of this lap.
Possibly. You got to be careful with that though, because it depends on how high you run and how you come out of pit lane.
Well, we'll find out. He's on the back stretch here, coming through 3 and 4. Like you guys said, had a very fast first lap, but it just depends. We'll see if he's able to pull it off.
Oh, a little touch on the apron there coming out of 4, but still think he's going to be pretty solid here at the line.
Oh
No.
wow! Not.
No, I was
P6.
quite mistaken.
Wendell's batting 1,000 tonight.
It just
Absolutely
goes
true.
to show you with these plate tracks, man. It's little gust of wind, or you never know what slows you down.
That little clip of apron right there could have been the whole story.
Yes, sir. All right, fellas. I'm running around pit road. I found standing around the hot dog stand in the bus stop, Carlos Acosta, driver of that number 2 RK Motorsports machine. Carlos, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing fine. I'm just waiting for this hot dog to get ready. And I'm excited. I got this Rooster Teeth Chevy SS for RK Motorsports ready, and we're going to try to do our best. Looks like Jess got second. I think he missed a bit, but he definitely has the skill to get up there.
No doubt. We've seen quite a bit of speed in preseason out of that Mr. Jess Story and that number 7 team. What are the expectations of RK Motorsports this year?
Nothing but top 5s and wins. That's a very old statement back from 2011. But we gotta hold up to that. We gotta do our best. We gotta commit. We gotta come to the practice sessions. We gotta practice hard. We gotta perform. We gotta execute everything that we gotta do to do well and do decent. We gotta make the chase.
That's a pretty lofty goal there. That's a lot of teams might kind of come, oh well, we're gonna try and do better this year, but you guys feel like you put the effort in, you're gonna crush the field this year and be the team to beat.
We're aiming to be up there.
I tell you what, man, that number 14 car, Kevin the Flying Finn, put up a stout lap, that 492. Do you think you could touch that in qualifying?
There's only one way to find out. I ran a lap time that was sub 47.5 only once, but I can't remember if it was better than what Kevin ran. I'm gonna try to do my best and see if we can get a pole for RKM.
All right, Carlos. We're trying to get to know drivers here in the 3-wide. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you'd like to do outside of iRacing. And to throw a third question up there just to confuse you, how aggressive do you plan on being tonight?
All right. Well, I'm from Lima, Peru. I wasn't born in America. My real name is Carlos Anibal Acosta Rodriguez. And the second question, what can you say that one more time?
What do you like to do outside of iRacing?
I love playing music. I play the guitar, I play the saxophone. So anything music related, I love to do. And the third question is, I'm not that aggressive. I like to be consistent. I like to be more consistent than aggressive. I feel like that's going to be key this year. So yeah.
All right, Carlos. Real quick before I let you go, is there anybody that you would like to give a shout out to out there in TV land?
I'd like to give a shout out to every single worker that has worked in Rooster Teeth for giving me comedy throughout the years, for helping me have a more fun life than I've had. And I'd like to thank Corey Lindsay for creating this amazing league and all the fun I've had in here. And Jess Story for helping me out and being the great racer that he is, giving us our first wins. Tanner Sharp for also giving us our first wins, but in the B Series. And Justin Kolb for being my spotter for this year throughout the most races. Also want to thank you guys. I've seen some of your broadcasts, and you guys are fun to watch.
Well, I think I can speak on behalf of Wendell and Thomas. We appreciate that. And you know what, Carlos, I have no doubts that we'll be talking to you guys throughout the season. I expect big things from RK Motorsports.
Thank you. Finally, my hot dog is ready. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and I'm going to go enjoy this hot dog, and I look forward to talking to you guys more often.
All right, thank you, Carlos.
Well, while we had Carlos here in the booth, we had two drivers complete their qualifying efforts. We had Samuel Close, who unfortunately wasn't that close, as well as the number 83 car of Johnny Thomas. Johnny putting down a lap good enough for 5th place, and Samuel positioning himself currently in P10.
Something was wrong with that 5th lap, right? Because he only did 2, not. I mean, the first one didn't count, so clearly he messed something up there.
He did brush the wall.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do.
I believe it was through the front straightaway.
And look like watching the broadcast, he got a little loose out of turn 4. Turn 4, I believe, maybe, and that probably killed his time.
So he will not be close to the front tonight.
No, at least not at the start.
I think we got the 11 of Jonathan Cooper on track right now.
Another car out on track making me thirsty. What is going on tonight,
I
gentlemen?
don't know, man. Maybe we get some of that sent to the booth if you're listening. Plug.
Yeah, love some Maker's Mark, man. Woo!
I heard we should have mentioned when the 14 was out there. I heard Crown Royal is quite nice with the plugs. They'll you plug them, they'll hook you up pretty good. So.
All right, well.
I'm sure that'll help us with our work.
Nothing wrong with a little Crown and Ginger. As long as Ginger, is at least 18. Anyway, we got what appears to be Jonathan Cooper. This isn't his first lap. That should have been his second lap. Time lap, 47.913. Looks like so far the slowest qualifier. Hopefully we'll be able to pick that up in the race. But before we go back to Trey, real quick, we got Scott Dockery out on track. The GM certified service number 3 car.
Pretty vehicle.
And back to you, Trey.
All right. I ran into Jeffrey Acree standing around his car waiting to qualify. Jeffrey, I see you up there in the open lobby, so I'm not sure if you're on a team. Are you on a team?
No, currently I'm part of no team in any of the series I'm in right now.
All right. So are you considered a non-charter driver?
No, I'm fully chartered. I'll be in every series. Maybe I'm debating on whether or not to take the Dirt Series seriously or not this year.
Yeah, a bunch of us. I tell you what, though, not to interrupt, that Jonathan Cooper turned a 470. He is currently top of the board, I think. A very impressive lap from him.
Yeah, Wendell, we're just terrible at judging this. Although I'm not sure how to count his laps because he had 3 laps there, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, well, yeah,
We'll figure it
very
out.
true.
Yeah, in the chat, they're saying he ran
Yep.
one too many laps, so he'll probably have to start from the back of the grid tonight.
Yeah. Very good point. All right, anyway, back to Jeffrey. Sorry about that, man. So you said you're not part of a team. You are a charter driver. Do you have any designs on joining a team? Or are you just going to do this solo and show these guys what it's all about?
Well, I want to do this year solo, for sure. If a team wants to take me on in the future season, that's perfectly fine. I just want to kind of prove a point that you don't have to be part of a team to be a threat here.
So we got a man on a mission, Trey. That's pretty cool.
It's gonna take a lot of hard work and determination. That's for certain.
Oh yeah.
Well, Jonathan, we've been asking everybody what do you like to do outside of sim racing?
Well, I'm actually a game designer by trade, so getting behind a computer and just having fun making things is usually what I end up doing.
All right, so what's your favorite game outside of iRacing?
I currently don't really have one. I mean, I'm just in it for the story. So if the story's good, I'll enjoy the game.
All right. Well, is there anybody that you'd like to give a shout out to? Anybody you'd like to call out? Anybody you'd like to thank? Let us hear it.
Well, we've got to thank y'all for coming on here. I've watched the prior live streams y'all did, and they're funny. I can't get behind them, especially when y'all mess up my last name. But
Which we will do.
yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's more of a shout out to the entire group. I'm going to be gunning for everybody, even the Fast and the Furious teams that are up there, but if they see me on their bumper, I'm going to give them a run for their money.
Right up. Well, how do we? Am I pronouncing it right? Is it Acree?
It's Acree. Just think a creek without the K.
All right, so I have been saying it right.
Yep.
Not so much anybody else though.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well-
I'm pretty sure not. I had the butcher
Yeah.
knife out the other night.
Yeah, words are hard. Well, Jeffrey, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Good luck in qualifying and good luck in the duels, buddy.
Thank y'all.
And as Trey finishes up with Jeffrey there, we had Richard Hines out on the racetrack. He was able to put down a 47.576. I know that's going to keep him back in 11th place, but the man we just spoke to, Carlos Acosta, out on the racetrack right now.
I'd say the 3 car completed his 2, tied Corey Lindsay with a 54.5.
You know what? I'm looking at it right now. So far, Steven Cruz, one of our non-chartered drivers, we've had 3 go out. He is the slowest of the 3. So if we have another non-charter driver that is faster than him, he's sitting on that bubble, man.
You know, I don't see any more non-chartereds in the room at the moment. You can designate that by the N after their name. Smart move by the league there, making it much easier for us in the broadcast booth. So
Yes.
he could luck out with no one else showing up, or it's still early and he's going to have to sit on the hot seat for the next hour.
Yeah, that's a tough place to sit.
Without a doubt.
All right, well, you know what? I know we've been butchering this guy's name for the entire season so far. I'm going to go see if I can grab him. I'm going to go just, get him to see if he can clarify how we say his last name. I'll be right back.
Now I can only imagine that Trey is
Gotta
going to
be
go
Chad
grab. That Trey is going to go down and grab Danny D'Almeida.
Most likely. I'm just going to have to play the stream over and over again to remember all the names.
As Carlos Acosta comes by to finish his lap,
That's the lap he was
47.530.
looking for.
Yeah, he backed up that 5 he was looking for, so give him kudos on that. And then the next car out is going to be the 21, Nathan Young.
Kind of goes together, doesn't it?
EcoBoost.
The 21 of Nathan Young.
It does a little bit, doesn't it?
It's EcoBoost to pick you up a couple tens.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I got the driver of that number 1 Avon racing machine, Danny D'Almeida.
You nailed it.
Oh, I nailed it. All right, so we've been wondering, no offense, how to say your last name. We want to get it right. I'm glad. Tell us about your qualifying tonight.
So my teammate Kevin Finn was telling me that I had a good first lap, and unfortunately going into the first turn of my second lap, which was my faster lap of the two, I hit the apron. Kind of slowed me down a little bit. I was trying to get up into the top 3, top 5 area, but unfortunately I hit the left front tire off the front of the apron a little bit, heading into 1.
Well, it looks like to me that your teammate, Kevin Finn, is the official provisional pole leader, as I think Jonathan Cooper ran one too many laps.
Yeah, he had a really good lap, and he's a really good driver, so I'm looking forward to seeing him lead the pack to start this race, hopefully.
10-4. So we've been asking all these drivers, tell us, what do you like to do outside of iRacing? What's your passion?
I'm a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. I play hockey, so a lot of my time is just spent making videos, live streaming, doing all that kind of stuff, and then weekends I play hockey.
Well, let me stop Trey right there. Danny, go ahead and plug that Twitch channel.
That's what I was going to say next, Wendell.
Oh, beat me
It's
to it.
twitch.tv/energy with 2 Y's _TV.
And Danny, if you get a minute, feel free to post that in the YouTube chat. Wouldn't mind checking you out there, bud.
Thank you, that means a lot.
Absolutely. We're all about promoting fellow streamers and fellow Twitchers. Tell us, what do you stream? Do you have any other games out there that you like to play and like to stream?
I'm a former Call of Duty professional. Back in 2012 I competed. And now me and a group of 4 other people are currently competing competitively in a game called H1Z1. We're trying to get things going with that, trying to get into a couple events and make a name for ourselves in that game as well.
Well, Danny, I want to say real quick, pick up Battlegrounds and I will wreck you.
Oh.
I was playing the beta of that, and I really do think it's going to be a crazy good game. I know that it just came out like yesterday. I'm definitely going to try to pick that up at some point.
All right, Danny. Well, be sure if you get the chance, post a link to your Twitch channel in the OCR TV chat on YouTube, and we'd like to get that out there. And currently P9th on the board. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
All right, 10-4, guys. Thanks for having me.
Looks like Jeffrey Gree finished up his lap with a 47.775. That's going to put him right around 15th. And, oh, excuse me, I stand corrected.
Now he's completed his lap.
Now he's completed his lap. 5.39, which puts him at P9 with Nick Miller out on the racetrack.
I'm glad you caught him out, Window, because I was going to challenge him to a game of Farming Simulator later, and I don't think he could have beat me.
Now, I more than likely, after hearing his background with being a professional Call of Duty player, probably wouldn't be able to mess with him in H1. But if I see him on the battleground fields, that butt is getting wrecked.
I
You're
love
gonna
these.
frag him, right?
I love the diverse background of these drivers already. We got streamers, we got snowmobile enthusiasts, race car drivers.
And then we have Chad Brown.
Yeah,
Kool-Aid
Chad
man.
Brown.
All right, folks. I got the driver, currently your provisional pole sitter, driver of the number 14 Avon Racing machine, Kevin the Flying Finn. How you doing tonight, buddy?
How we doing, fellas?
We're doing great, man. I mean, awesome lap. So far, the only car
Legally.
legally in the 40s. Great lap. What can we expect from you out of the duels tonight?
Stay up front, keep the nose clean, and just avoid as many wrecks as possible, I guess. I gotta finish. If I stay on the pole, I gotta finish the race in order to start on pole for the Daytona 250 Monday night.
Well, I've been
Right.
down that road myself, Trey. You kind of got to know. You want to get up there and see how your car is, but you also want to make sure you keep your starting spot.
Well, yeah, that's part of the rules, I believe, is the pole sitter and the outside pole, unlike NASCAR, they're not safe. They have to finish the race to guarantee their spot. So I think that's a pretty cool rule.
You can finish the race just by kind of trailing behind the pack and seeing what's going on in front of you.
Well, that's a good point, Kevin. If you end up on the pole, how aggressive are you going to be? Because I mean, we know plate racing, and we know you can get shuffled out at a moment's notice, and you can get caught up in somebody else's stuff. I mean, it's very possible, and I'm not trying to jinx you here, that you can get wrecked out of the race and put an awesome qualifying lap down and end up starting 20th during the race. Does that enter into your thought of how you approach tonight's race?
I'm probably just gonna lay back. If I start on the pole, I'm just gonna try to stay there, stay in the bottom, not try to block as many people. Just hang out. And, like I said, just avoid the wrecks and take it easy. Really, I don't care where I finish in the duel race, but I still gotta stay on top here. Someone can still beat my time.
All right, Kevin. I'd like to ask this of all the drivers so far. Where are you from? I'm gonna guess somewhere in the Northeast. And what do you like to do outside of iRacing?
I'm from Massachusetts. I'm about a couple miles right out of Boston. You just interviewed my cousin Danny, who is racing with us at Avon Racing, along with Richard Hines. And outside of iRacing, I like to, well, I don't know if I'd like to, but I work a lot and basically hang out with friends all the time. So that's what I'm doing after iRacing.
All right.
Trey, we got our first guy who likes to adult a lot. Ugh.
I know, right?
Adult, man, this stuff's hard.
Don't do it, Kevin. It's a trap.
Yep.
I know. Growing up sucks, huh?
I don't know. I refuse.
Indeed it does. Kevin, anybody, before we let you go, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, first I'd like to shout out Corey for putting on this great league. I joined last year thinking nothing of it, and right after the first race I knew these guys knew how to race clean, hard, and it's been nothing but fun racing in this league. So shout out to Corey for putting on this league, and Cold Hard Art for sponsoring us this year, and you guys. You guys do great streams. So I love watching the races that you guys have streamed for us. So thanks a lot.
All right, Kevin, we appreciate it, man. I kind of hope you stay up there in one sense, but in another sense, I want to see somebody knock you off because that's a pretty stout lap. But either way, good luck tonight in the duels. We enjoyed talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
And as we finish up with Kevin Finn there, we had a couple of drivers finish up. Believe Race Clark.
Yes, sir.
He finished up P7 on the board. And
Nick Miller, I believe, P11.
Nick Miller with P11. But now we've got the Kool-Aid man himself. We got Chad Brown. He's rocking that 64 car here. Let's see if he'll be able to knock Mr. Finn off.
I tell you what, man, I love that paint scheme.
I'm not gonna lie to you. At the side, I was like, man. Then I saw the hood, and I was like, oh yeah.
I mean, especially
Careful with that now.
So, hey, you take some purple Kool-Aid and mix it with the little Crown Royal. You got you some purple drink right there.
Purple
So you
drink.
tell me the 64 needs to get in contact with the 14 and work out a little deal here.
Exactly.
Wait. Define contact.
They need to make babies, Wendell. They need to make babies.
Making babies.
Well, he's about to make a baby here as he comes out of turn 4. See if he's going to be sink or swim here for the pole.
Well, if he ate enough fiber, he should be floating near the top.
No, sir.
48.0.
Not very good for the Kool-Aid man.
Slowest qualifier so far tonight.
No, but with that being said, though, he is a chartered driver, so he will race the duel.
And if I know Chad Brown, he'll like to ride around the back and let it play out before he gets crazy.
And as he completes his lap, out on track now, we got Drew Eisenman. He's rocking that 77 car. Looks that's KTM sponsorship there.
Yeah, I believe he was rocking that Monday night as well. No worry about pit stops here, Trey. It's flat out.
Absolutely.
I noticed in the iRacing chat, looking for a couple of his teammates who aren't here yet. Not sure if he's gonna be a solo guy tonight or if he's gonna have a little team help come duel time.
Well, I imagine Cameron Rich, judging from the chat and YouTube profiles, he might be a little busy, and I can't blame him.
Oh.
I was gonna make a joke that he's probably not out of the infield care center in Talladega yet, but okay. Not the fastest first lap we've seen all night, Wendell. But then again, we've been called out on that as well, so.
Absolutely true. I believe I've been called out on that 3 times already, so I'm just not going to say anything.
All right, folks, I got currently P4 on the qualifying. Nope, sorry, he just got bumped. P5 on the board. Driver, the number 4 Apex Racing Machine, Luis Salmaso. How's it going tonight, buddy?
All good, guys. All good. How about you?
We're doing well, man. We are doing well. Tell us, what do you expect tonight out of the duel race?
I got a chance of running a couple laps the other night with guys in one of the practice sessions, and everybody seemed very, very close. So if everything that we've seen during practice during the off season come through, it's gonna be one hell of a race. One hell of a race. Everybody running really, really tight, and it's gonna be one of those races that's gonna be decided by small little details. Whoever can be in the perfect spot with the right type of guys right behind him, ready to push, that's who I think will have a chance to win.
Yeah, I think you nailed that hit. You nailed it right on the head there. We've already seen it's very tight in qualifying. You actually ran the same lap as Jess Story at 5:06. You got Brooks Westfall at a 5:09, 5:11, a couple of 5:23s. Very close. I think you're spot on. So tell us, Luis, we're trying to learn the drivers here in 3 wide. What do you like to do outside of iRacing, and where are you from?
I am born and raised in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So I think one of the Latin American members of the league. This is what I do. This is the hobby. This is the passion outside of day-to-day work. So every chance that I get, I'm either racing, I'm painting cars, I'm doing broadcasts to the native Brazilian league on iRacing, one of the biggest leagues that iRacing has, with almost 1,000 members. So every chance that I get, I'm here. Other than that, just spending time with the family, spending time with the wife.
Right on, man. So we like to promote fellow broadcasters. So be sure you stop by our YouTube channel chat and post a link to your streams, man. We like to promote that stuff.
10-4. I'll put a link of every broadcast that we do from the league down down in the south, down in Brazil, so guys can check that out.
So I know road racing is pretty popular in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and in Latin America. Is that what you primarily broadcast? Is it road racing, or is it more NASCAR oval type racing?
Now, road race is still king, even though we have a pretty big number of guys running the oval side of things. People are not that excited about dirt coming up next week, so I think every Brazilian is going to stay on the asphalt side. But road's still king. We have a couple of guys that were able to qualify for the iRacing long distance world championship. They're going to be racing for one of the teams. A couple of guys running in the Formula One World Championship as well. So, and that's what primarily guys will run. We normally broadcast on Monday nights. That luckily for me is not going to coincide with the days that we have races. The Brazilian GT long distance, almost like an hour and a half, 2 hours of racing. So it's fun. It's fun to broadcast, and a lot of really, really fast guys that can be on every top split from every road race that you can possibly imagine. We have guys down there that can qualify for those things.
Yeah, I can imagine it's a lot of fun. Me and Thomas like to do a little road racing ourselves, and we try to dabble in it on Monday nights. Of course, I could speak for myself. I'm probably not as good as you guys. I kind of shudder every time I see somebody from Latin America joining the room, because I'm like, well, there goes my top five. They're going to be better than me. But we're glad to have you on the old side of things, Luis. Be sure to post that link to your stream, because like I said, we do like to promote that stuff. And good luck tonight, and good luck this season in 3 wide.
Yes, sir, guys. Thank you very much for the broadcast. You guys have been doing an awesome job. Everybody that's seen the races has nothing but compliments to say about the quality of the stream and everything else. So thanks for that. Thanks for helping us out. And I'll be sure to put that link on.
All right. Thanks, Luis. Have a good night.
You too, guys.
Well, Wendell, while we had our interview with Luis there, we had big Cody Wright with the P5 on the board. So that's a solid lap for him and his number 38 machine. And right now we have Matt Hackenthorn on the track. Currently got his first lap in, working on his second lap.
Yeah, he is coming now, as we speak, 47.548. So that's going to put him P12 on the chart with Nathan Velez in the 48. In the Raiders paint, he's going to be out there looking for his green flag.
We saw that car have a lot of speed in the Clash. He led a lot of laps up front, so for him to be a threat once we start the duels, or duel.
Yeah, he was did a very good job of working that draft in the Clash. Thomas, like you said, was able to stay out front. Kind of got shuffled back and was definitely a contender. So I wouldn't expect anything else from him tonight.
Gotta call a shout out here though, Wendell. He's not in the chat, I don't believe, but sent me a picture. Got us on his big screen at home. Eric Mickey said he's enjoying the show.
Eric the man, Mickey, enjoying the show.
All right.
We're glad to have you watching, Mr. Mickey.
Well, I'm assuming if he has it on this big screen in that government-provided man cave he's got, feel free to join us in chat, Eric. We love to talk to you. Great racer.
Yeah, another one of those road ringers you guys were speaking about earlier.
Absolutely.
He's a ringer of anything nowadays.
Yeah, he's good in any car he's got. I noticed he has a team registered here at 3 Wide, Bombshell Motorsports. So our 3 Wide
about that, yeah.
Yeah, our 3 Wide viewers, you might want to write that name down as somebody to watch out for. Eric Mickey.
And also his brother, Andrew S. Mickey, but that's 180 degrees.
You're going to be watching out for that one a little bit differently.
Yes.
Love you, Andrew. Mean it.
Nathan Velez putting down a 48.21 for his first lap. Second lap's going to be a 47.490.
Ooh.
Woo!
Now
That's
is
top
gonna
of the boards.
that's gonna
Goodbye,
be the
Mr. Finn.
official poll so far.
Wow.
Still got a couple more out there.
3/1000th. Wow.
I mean, after all that time, he finally knocks them off.
Yeah, and like you guys said, Monday night we definitely noticed we'd noticed a lot of strength coming out of that 48 car. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
I'll tell you what, man, that was a stout lap. Like you said, Wendell, it's been a while. Kevin Finn's been sitting up there. He's probably already tipping drinks thinking he's got this pole. And here comes Nathan Velez and just knocked him off by 3/1000.
With a cricket bat. Didn't even use a regular
Still-
bat. Hit him with a cricket
Still in
bat.
the front row. I hope you could stay on there now.
So far, we got a 88 car, Rusty Webb out there. I think he's one of 3 drivers that haven't taken a time yet. He's I know he's going to be looking to put that Toyota Camry on pole.
Yeah, we know an
Eric-
88's always fast at Daytona. So
I gotta, Eric Mickey is obviously listening to the broadcast as well as watching it. Mentioned in the chat, hey, I'm vastly overestimating government paychecks, at least in the postal service. You have a very valid point there, Eric. So it makes me question what you're doing for the government that you can make so much money.
Yeah.
well, I know he's an avid supporter for Donald Trump. Probably get a little kickback here or there.
Oh yeah,
Might want to look into his Russian ties.
Without a doubt. So is there, I kind of lost track of who I haven't interviewed. Have any
Already?
suggestions there?
Well, as you're figuring out, we got Rusty Webb laying down a final lap of 47.595.
I don't believe you told Johnny Thomas tonight.
Oh,
Clash
no.
winner.
All right, let me get him. Let me
Currently
go
sitting
see what he's
P9
up
on
to.
the board. So we got our man Mike Stevens out there now, that number 63 Toyota Camry. Looking for a big update on those cars next week, hopefully, Wendell, according to the iRacing service.
I saw some notes today about that. Looks like it
awesome.
may be interesting.
Saw some very scary notes about that car coming up.
Hence interesting.
Luckily, this is a fixed league, so they won't have to stay up at night with nightmares wondering how they're going to fix that thing that they changed.
Very true.
All right, folks. Once again, I caught up to that number 83 Johnny Thomas Racing team owner, Johnny Thomas. He was standing outside the porta potties. It must be his favorite place. How's your night going so far, Johnny?
Pretty good. That's where you always catch me at.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it just seems to be a trend here. But last time I caught you outside the Porta Johns,
We won the race.
you was at Talladega, won the Clash. What can we expect from you tonight? Currently, provisional P9 on the board.
Yeah, my qualifying lap, I was pretty disappointed with it. We were running 4.9s in practice, but seems like everybody slowed down except Nathan and Kevin. They had really good laps, and they're both Fords, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'm pretty excited about this race. I think there's a lot of people in it, so it could get exciting. I'm going to try to work my way up through there and try to get another win. I know my teammate, Scott, he's kind of in the back there a little bit, but I think he's going to ride around the back and kind of chill and maybe get a big wreck or something, and he'll move his way up. But hopefully we don't have that wreck, and I wind up in victory lane or Scott winds up there.
All right. Well, we've been asking this to everybody. Tell us where are you from, and what do you like to do outside of iRacing?
I'm from a little town up in northeast Ohio called McDonald, Ohio. It's a real little town. Basically, what I do besides iRacing, I go golfing a lot, go fishing a lot. I coach high school football. I'm an assistant coach for a high school football team up here. That takes up a lot of my time. Working takes up a lot of my time too. But I do this every Monday night, sometimes Sunday nights that occupies my time for those 2 days. But it's fun. It's fun doing all those things.
All right, so do you guys run the spread offense up there in Ohio? And you guys can't compete with the SEC.
Hey, I'm not a big Ohio State fan, anyways, and I like SEC football. But we don't run the spread. We're actually switching our offense this year and going to more of like a smash mouth, traditional like wing T. I'm not the head coach, so I don't know how I like that offense, but we'll see how it works.
I don't know. I've always been a big fan of the wing T and the triple option. It's fun to watch, and it takes a very smart football player to execute.
Yeah, we always say the triple option gives you options.
Yeah, a lot of eye candy there. And speaking of eye candy, love that Carhartt paint scheme. It's a good-looking car on the track.
Thank you. Yeah, Nathan Young designed it. He designs awesome paint schemes. We got Lost Speedways on the car for a couple races this year too, and that'll be a nice paint scheme to see too.
And before we let you go, Johnny, you already gave a shout out to Nathan Young, who I believe is a series sponsor here in 3 Wide. Is there anybody else that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Corey for putting this thing on. He's the man. He does all the works for us. We got a whole new sponsor that I can't really say. That Cold Hard Art. That's a ear, tongue, mouthful, but I'm happy that they came on and sponsoring the A series.
Well, we agree with you. It is awfully a big tongue twister for us to say as well. But we wish you luck tonight. So far, good qualifying spot. We hope to talk to you again tonight after the duel.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be in Victory Lane again. That'll be sweet going 2 for 2. But the big race is Monday, so I'm really excited to get going for Monday night and trying to win in that thing.
All right, Johnny. Thanks for joining us, man. Good luck tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have fun.
Well, we had the interviews going on, Wendell Trey. It is official. Nathan Vlies and Kevin, the Flying Finn, gonna be your front row. And we got clarification on that rule, Trey. You do have to finish the race and on the lead lap to keep that spot.
Ooh.
So no just falling out of the draft and having your day about it. You gotta keep up in the draft and hope you don't get in a wreck.
Yes, sir. That could change the approach to the race tonight.
Now, I'm no gambling man here, Trey. That's a complete lie. You know I am. But if this is a one-duel race, maybe I work a little deal with my pole sitter or my outside pole sitter, and we drafted the back together away from everybody.
That's a very valid strategy, I think. So is it official, Thomas? I haven't listened to the chat. Is qualifying over?
It is officially over. The 11 will get an EOL for his extra lap he took there.
All right, so should I go grab the pole sitter and get his thoughts?
That's probably not a bad idea.
All right, let me go see if I can find him.
Well, Wendell, we said it'd be tight, and it was really tight.
Yeah, I believe it. Looks like less than
3,000ths of a second.
Yeah, I'll say less than a tenth of a second separating the entire field.
That's insane.
Very. I like
And just think, a track like Daytona, that doesn't change when you get in the race. It'll still stay about the same. You'll be all over each other the whole race.
Very true.
Well, folks, I am not seeing Nathan Velez on TeamSpeak.
Dun dun dun.
Well, he may actually be in the porta-john instead of outside.
I think we should just take that pole away and give it back to Kevin just because of that. We don't have that kind of power up here in the booth, but, you know, we like to think we do sometimes.
Yeah, you know.
Well, it sounds like Corey's conducting the driver meeting. So we might get an advance to the session maybe and
Woo.
Get ready to go green here in not too distant future.
And after that debacle with getting to the broadcast booth on time tonight. Oh man. Yeah, apparently
I think you might want to tell our viewers that, Wendell, because they don't know the struggle you had tonight.
All right, so we were supposed to be live at 8:45 Eastern tonight, and basically, I had to pick up my offspring at 7 Well, it's supposed to be 7. I got there at 7:30. I live 2.5 miles from the destination. And between the time that I got to the pickup location and the time that we got in the car to leave, somebody decided to set their house on fire. And our local fire department decided to block the entire road. And yeah, I got word about 15 minutes ago that they just started letting traffic go back through. But to make sure that we got here to the booth to bring this to you live tonight, we hopped a curb, drove through a field, may or may not have scuffed a chain link fence, but we made it. We got everything ready. Now we're here. Now we're ready.
Now that sounds pretty much like our man Thomas Fredericks getting on the pit lane every week, so...
Very true.
So without a doubt, Wendell, hats off to you tonight. I know that was probably more stress than you ever planned on having on a Friday night, especially since you've already had your child and don't have to go through that scare anymore.
Very, very true. Like all these true words being spoken tonight. Yeah, no, it was kind of it was something I really wanted to make sure that I was here for. We did have Trey get set up with the backup settings, just in case I wasn't gonna be able to make it. But like I said, after we jumped the curb and hopped a little drainage ditch and drove through the field, we found a paved road which led us home.
Just want to clarify too, we heard in the chat, Trey, that all 3 non-chartered drivers will advance tonight because they were the only 3 that showed up.
Well, that's good for them. Yeah, definitely a bonus. I would like to say, Wendell, that we've kind of been talking up on Twitter and in other broadcasts that we had planned on interviewing every driver tonight, but with your unforeseen circumstances, words are hard. I did not get a chance to interview everybody, so my apologies. And I guarantee you, I'll get to interview everybody sometime this season.
Yeah, we've got 60 more races to go with these guys. I think
61 now, 60 something.
I think 60 after tonight. No?
I mean, we tried to interview Nathan, so that should count as one.
Oh, that counts. That totally counts.
I mean, I couldn't help it that we got such high-quality interviews from people that they actually were engaging and we responded to them, Trey.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that interview with Luis. Very nice interview. It's very interesting about his background and what he does for his fellow Brazilian teammates there. Might have to check out the stream. Of course, I probably won't understand what they're saying. They'll probably be speaking Portuguese, I believe. But
well, hopefully they use YouTube where they now have translations into English. So
well,
maybe we can read along sometimes. But that's great. We've seen it on the service. They have a great following down there in Brazil. So great to see him over here doing a little left turning with us.
Yeah, well, turn for Dale. But anyway, he brought up a good point, and I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't really care about the dirt release either.
How dare you?
I know, sacrilege, but I'm just like, whatever.
I think it's a really added bonus that's going to put a nice influx of cash into this sim for iRacing to go play with.
I agree, and apparently, from what I'm reading, it's already paying dividends. Is they're going to have quite a big physics update to the A car.
And me and Wendell talked about that.
Yeah, and part of, I guess, the tire update was based on what they learned with dirt. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, now Trey as a viewer is exciting. As a driver, it's nerve-wracking.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Particularly if you are a driver that sets up your own vehicle.
I know the pro boys are going to be nervous because of, well, I guess they won't be. I was thinking they're going to be at Martinsville, but that'll be NIS this week. So new tire at Martinsville, that'd be great.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what we're waiting on here, but while we're waiting, shall
Milk
I
and
go?
cookies.
Shall I go grab another driver?
grab one more, Trey.
Shake him up
right.
a little bit.
Let's see who he's going to bring into the booth, Thomas. This is going to be a surprise to us.
Dun dun dun.
But I'll be honest with you, man. I'm kind of looking forward to this thing tonight.
Without a doubt. Should we
Yeah.
also mention that they don't have to go anywhere on Sunday night? We'll be right back here at Daytona again with the B cars.
Oh, man, we're just gonna call this Speed Week.
I believe that's what they refer to this as, Wendell. It
Oh.
might be Speed Weeks.
Oops. I definitely
In March.
definitely missed that memo.
Do believe we will be on the portal Sunday night, according to the email conversation I had. Can't confirm that yet. Haven't looked at the schedule, but I got a thanks back, so I'm assuming you're good to go.
Yeah, well, we shall see. We've got everything
But
set
until
up. The
then,
links uploaded. Just
We've
gotta
got
push
40
the button.
laps we got to get through tonight.
That's true. And if tonight's anything like it was their last race, we got a slobber knocker set up for you guys.
There's that word again. All right, folks. I tried to grab Chad Brown, but apparently he's sitting on the back porch listening to his wind chimes, hoping the clowns don't show up. But I ran into Race Clark, driver of that number 22 machine. Race, how did it go tonight, and how are you going to approach tonight's duel?
I went pretty good. What did I finish? I think 10th, 11th now. I know I got bumped down. No, 8th. Oh, no, that's not me. I'm sorry. I am 11th. So, kind of in the upper middle portion of the field. I think the plan is just to get something decent for, the 250 and just have a good night and have a good time.
All right, Race, I'm not going to ask you a whole bunch of questions about the league, but we were talking to you after the broadcast the other night, and you mentioned that you do a podcast. Tell us a little bit about that, and where can our viewers find that podcast?
Yeah, I do. I did it last season. I think we got 8 episodes in, and just the combination of school and I then did it on a weekly basis. It was a little too much, and so I just kind of cut it off. But I plan on this season doing it bi-weekly. It'll more so cover just the league in general. It was kind of more centered around like that week and the league winners. With Cameron Rich and Sam Close winning a lot of races, I think everybody got probably tired of hearing the same 1 or 2 guys. So this season I'll be mixing it up. Make sure we get to hear from everybody. Be bi-weekly, covering things that are going down. I know one of y'all mentioned about doing like the in-race chat, which I thought was really cool when I went back and checked your all. So you'll be able to find that on the 3-Wide Racing channel, and I'm pretty sure Corey he'll message it to everybody in the league, so they'll get it directly, and probably tweet it out as well under the 3-Wide Racing Twitter.
Well, that's awesome, man. We like to, as amateur streamers ourselves, we like to promote our fellow streamers and fellow podcasters. So, if you get a chance, stop by in our YouTube chat and post that link. Make sure you post it on Twitter as well. And I know myself and Thomas will try to retweet it. And I see we have advanced the settings, so I won't keep you. Good luck tonight, Race.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. And I'll upload the first one on the day of our Daytona 250. I'd love to have you guys on it, and I'm just looking forward to a good season with you guys. I'm going to tell y'all you're really good at this, and I can't wait for us to really get to know each other in the whole league and all that. And I just wish you guys the best of luck tonight as well.
All right, Race. We'll have your people call my people, and we'll make it happen on Monday.
All right, buddy. Take care. Have fun.
Where did
All
you
right,
get
Race.
people, Trey?
I don't remember what team he was from, so I just randomly dropped Race in some team channel. Hopefully he can find his way back to where he belongs. But
He's an Eisentech machine, is he not?
I guess I dropped him with the Brazilian, I think.
Okay, well, that'll be a language barrier.
That's not gonna work out since they're pretty.
Going to let you in a little insight for our producer here and cameraman. The grid's going to be a little off because of the predicament with the 11 car and getting EOL'd. I do believe Wendell, he can't get DQ'd because this is a tournament style qualifying and they don't want him to be DQ'd from the event.
Understandable. Well, it's
So,
hit him
right,
with a
just read it
wonky
all.
grid. We got your pole sitter, Nathan Velez. He's sporting that 48 paint scheme tonight. I guess we'll just do it this way to kind of even it all out.
And on the front row with him, we have the flying Finn of Kevin Finn looking to stay up there tonight.
And starting third, Drew Eisman, team owner of Eisenman Motorsports, and to his outside, Jess Story. I
That's
probably
Enterprises.
yeah, Enterprises. Thank you.
All right, rolling off the grid, P5 tonight. We got Cody Wright. He's in the 38 car with Luis Salmosa. Salmaso. I'm going to screw that up so bad. Salmaso. He's rocking the
There
number
you
4
go.
car. He's going to be rolling off the grid, P6.
And right behind those fine fellows, we have Brooke Westfeld in P7 and Johnny Thomas looking to score another win here in P8.
Rolling off P9 is Paul Ross, and you just heard from him, folks. 3 Wide's podcaster, Race Clark, rounding out the top 10.
All right, 11th belongs to Kyle Hanshaw, with 12th going to Carlos Acosta.
And right behind those fellows, we have the 12 car, who was our random pole sitter from the Clash, Matt Hackenthorn and Jeffrey Acre. Or Acree, sorry.
Acree,
I
yeah.
had to mess it up one more time.
So there we go. Next is Nick Miller and Danny D. Almeida. Also, we have Corey Lindsay, Scott Dockery, Nathan Young, Richard Hines, Stephen Cruz, Rusty Webb, Mike Stevens, Sam Close, and the Kool-Aid man himself, Chad Brown.
All right, as Trey concludes that, pace cars down, 48 cars gone. The rest of the field gonna chase him.
I tell you what, boys, I'm excited. Let's get 3 wide.
Let's drop the hammer.
Pretty clean start so far, man. It's these guys kind of trying to get their lines formed up and see how things are going to move.
A little bit of shoveling in the back, but everybody, like you said, staying in line pretty good there. Just gonna see if the bottom line's gonna work like it did at Talladega there, Trey.
Well, that's what I was just wondering. Track temp of 83. We're at night. Do you think that high line's going to come in?
I think you get a better shot at Daytona due to the tight nature of the track, and you can pinch them down more. But if you have anyone who has any kind of plate skill on the bottom, they know just to push a little bit on the bottom, and you can just stay ahead of everybody.
Well, let's reverse that. If you got anybody with some plate skill on the outside, they know how to work that side draft, and they make it move.
That's true, but I feel like you have to really know what you're doing up there, that high line, and have actually a couple people who know what they're doing in the high line.
Well, from what I'm seeing so far, it looks like everybody is feeling the same way you do. Is they're trying to get to the bottom as soon as that spot opens up, as that high line has kind of disappeared.
And we do know it's 40 laps, so you can't win it on that too. So don't be the hero and try and get up there, because you can't pull away either. So
Now as we see the 38 slot himself into that bottom lane, whether there was room or not, he was coming there.
Ooh, 7 with a little drift up there in the middle of the corner. That's the kind of stuff that can really jumble you up when you get guys on the bottom who get checked up.
It looks like at this point we have 2 cars not on the bottom lane. This, as you guys are already well aware, this could become hairy by itself, right? Just with the amount of checkups that are accordion itself through the field.
And you know what, Thomas? We kind of touched on it a little bit. And the way I see it, with the way the rules are set up here in 3 wide, I think the only 2 people that have really anything to lose in tonight's race are our pole sitter and outside pole sitter. I think everybody outside of them can go for broke and try to win this thing and move themselves up. But those 2 guys, they got to be really careful.
Without a doubt. I mean, the target's big on their back. You can kind of tell. I believe the 48's got the best strategy here, just staying out and trying to get it.
And also, I'm kind of ashamed for not knowing this, but do they run full fuel here in the A car, or do they have fuel limits?
Every race up to 7 laps.
Okay, so I'm
So
guessing,
you won't make the full 40 laps.
Yeah, they will have to make a pit stop.
And we've seen how those can trigger a few things.
For sure.
Hope Drew's got his button ready tonight and maybe calls it a little bit before turn 4.
Well, I noticed his teammate Cameron Rich is not here, so he was the one that was caught up in that in the clash. So maybe the field is breathing a sigh of relief.
I don't think you could ever get a sigh of relief at Daytona until you get the checkered flag.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the meatball that says you're done. One of the two. That 7 car doing some funny stuff there.
Yeah, it looks like he's having a hard time keeping that car on the bottom. I don't know if it's just because it's hard to tell with these cars where you're at on the bottom. Maybe if he misses turn in a little bit and he watches up in the center. Very eventful so far. Looks like we're pretty strung out. Everybody's looking to take the preferred line around the bottom. Oh, we got 2 cars in the wall. And turn 1 is 2. Caution is out. Looks like Rusty Webb and Mike Stevens involved in that.
Oh, the 88 and the 63. Let's see if we can't queue up a replay here for you.
Yeah, it looks like that 63 car just got into the rear end of Rusty there and pushed him right up into the wall. Lucky for the field, nobody else was caught up in that.
Looks like to me maybe he clipped the apron and came back up and just tagged that bumper, that 88 machine.
Yep, that's exactly what happened there, Morris. 63 car touched the apron with the left side and just unsettled it. Bumped and grinded on that back bumper until both of them ended up in the outside retaining wall.
You also have to bear with me just a little bit, Wendell. My internet seems to be spiking in and out, so...
Oh.
Not sure if it's affecting my
That's never
quality.
good. Oh, it looks like we have trouble under caution.
Oh my, that's never good.
It's like
2 car there.
2 car had some maybe brake issues there.
And the 22, wow.
As well, let's back it up and see if we can find out what happened there.
Oh, looks like they were checking up under caution and just okay. Mike Wallace called. He wants his brakes back.
Yeah, just doesn't look like anything major other than some flat spotted tires, but
a little bit of nose damage. Maybe not. This lag.
Should be good to go. We should see the entire field come down to take 4 freshies.
I kind of doubt they take tires here. I'm sure they will definitely fill up with fuel. And you know what, Thomas? I'm kind of sorry. I'm sorry to kind of say this. There's really no excuse for what Carlos did.
No, the 22 asked, "Hey, did you not hear that we were checking up?" And the 2 responded, "No, I didn't." And clearly, he did not know that they were apparently checking up under caution.
Well, I mean, it's just, you know, I know as a sim racer myself, the one screen that I have up while I'm driving is the F3 relative.
Very true.
And I kind of judge those closing rates, and the caution's out. Why am I going full bore? I just think Carlos made a mistake there.
Oh, without a doubt. I don't think it's gonna hurt his night more than it hurt the 22. So I think that'll help appease the 22 if anything had happened bad there. But yeah, just not the way you want to start your speed weeks, running into somebody under caution.
Almost Cat D like.
Ooh, that's not quite yet though. You gotta flip him over first.
And as we see the number 2 coming down the back straightaway, he's definitely on the brakes now as those rotors are glowing.
Got a shout out to our man Thomas Fredericks. He actually did that in a league race I was with at Talladega, texting someone under caution and ran into someone. So
yeah, didn't even touch the brakes.
No, he murdered him. But
Yeah, I
it
remember
was,
that very well.
It's funny.
Well, not for the guy he ran into, but
No, it's funny for him too.
after.
Love you, Larry Scott.
But do you?
No.
I was gonna say Timmy has a different opinion.
Timmy might have to make it to a couple broadcasts this year.
Well, we're looks
Ready
like
to
we're gonna
reset 'em.
re-rack them.
So we lost 2 cars in that first little schmoggle there.
Yeah, heavy damage to the 88 and 63 of Rusty Webb and Mike Stevens. It's one of those situations where I guess they're gonna come out and continue to make laps, but
Ooh, I don't know if you are or not.
definitely
I don't know
no
if I
longer in
would.
contention. Well,
like
according
you
to
said, though,
time and
without a-
scoring, we've got him making laps.
It's amazing only 2 cars in that wreck though. A lot of good heads up checking up from that.
Sorry about that. Anyway, I hate the way my computer is set up now because of OBS. Thank you very much. But
Welcome.
you know what? Don't look now. He received that EOL at the beginning of the race for taking that extra lap. But Jonathan Cooper is P2.
Yeah, I'd say he's took advantage of this little caution here to get himself back up to the front where he thinks he should be. Got a couple guys up here that kind of shaking and making up to the front.
No, and Trey, it looks like we're going to be 30 to go here at the green. What do you say you call them down?
All right, pace car's off. Green flag's out. Start. 3 wide. It's a good start for the field as Jonathan Cooper dives down to the inside.
I think they're looking to get single file first, right? And 3 wide.
Well, you know, we got to get 3 wide first, then get single file.
I guess.
Oh, we're wrecking
Oh,
again.
big wreck in the back.
Big wreck.
Looks like the 5 car, definitely. Our buddy in the 1's caught up in it. The 14, 38. Seeing the 10 smoking pretty heavily. Paul Ross in the 18 also smoking. Just a huge wreck there.
That was quite the mess as I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Looks like the 4, once again here, guys. The 4 with an improper bump on the 5 in the left rear, and game over.
Well, that all started going into 1, Thomas and Trey. 5 car got an incredible run going into the corner, and bumped the, I believe, the
little late on
3rd
the
or
pullout
4th
there,
place
though.
car, and it checked him up a little bit. 4 got under him and eating and banging, and there's
Oh,
the big one.
83 involved. Boy, that took out a lot of cars. The bumper hook is real and alive, Wendell.
Indubitably.
The 4 also involved. Yeah, this took out a lot of guys we talked to tonight. Trying to get we jinxed everybody.
I know, right?
Hey, the 2 got checked up for it, though.
See if we can't get a view from Chad Brown's on board.
That was a big, nasty wreck.
That was a Speedway wreck, without a doubt. I see a couple guys come back in here. I'm sure a lot of them get damage fixed, but maybe top off one more time. Definitely not the way you want to start your speed weeks, on the hook. Although I've done it several times myself.
And
Wendell.
Chad
I
Brown
know you have.
threading the needle. No, I've definitely had more bad luck than good.
little damage on the 64, but it was already there before this incident. Wow, who was that on board with it? Man, that was a miss.
Yeah, that was
Just a slight contact with the nose, but that was a lot better than it could have been.
that was the 14 car. The next view you'll be looking at is going to be the 64.
Well, we said they might get a little wild tonight, and they didn't disappoint. Cautions definitely have brought more cautions. As Johnny Thomas in the chat says, long off season. Maybe we've forgotten how to race just a little bit. Definitely didn't see that Monday night. A little more aggression tonight, I guess.
You know, I kind of touched on this earlier. It's like these guys in the back, they don't really have nothing to lose. I mean, everybody's locked into the field. Maybe that's a product of what we're seeing tonight.
It looks like we've got involved. We got the 88, the 14, the 38, the 63, the 1 car, the 41 car, the 83 car, the 18 car, 10 car, and the 5, and also the 4 of Luis. So a third of the field involved in that one. I think
Bad
we
news
can.
for the 14 just getting lapped too, so he's gonna lose that front row start most likely.
You know, I tell you, I don't think we should put all that blame on the number 4. It looked like that car in front of him had a hard time deciding where he wanted to go. And just Luis, I mean, it's plate racing. I mean, until they change this, it's a product of plate racing.
No, I didn't mean that it sounded like it was all he was what dumped him, but it was just a classic bumper hook. Once the 5 decided to shut the door, it was once you give the push, which you feel for the guy on the 4 because he's like, look, I'm not just gonna slam on brakes because you chose last minute to shut the door on me. So
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the 4 car was holding his line. It was unfortunate that other car came down the way it did, and you know, it's a product of plate racing. I'm sure neither driver did what they did intentionally. It's just the kind of racing that we get here at Daytona and Talladega.
I think that 48 car's looking like a genius, though. Stay out front and lead every lap.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And so far he has.
The man who was around on the backstretch under the first caution, now currently P3. Mr. Race.
Oh, interesting enough, we've got lights out on the pace car. It appears that it is going to dive down pit road. Nathan in that 48, he's going to take him to the green. The rest of them,
big jump.
Going to try to do something.
Outside line did not get formed up at all. Remember we talked with the 32 earlier, he is a rookie, so not sure how some of these league veterans are going to work with him. They might like kick him to the back and say, no, better luck next time, kid.
Well, if he's smart, he'd dive down here, and that's what he kind of does. Falls in on that bottom line in P3.
He's got a little bit of breathing room back there, so.
Not for long.
Yeah.
So here comes the Dale train, led by the 3 car.
Now, I will say this, though. It's unfortunate a lot of cars are torn up and out of the race, but it's a lot easier to keep this many cars in view.
Very true.
3 made a classic little mistake there, left the bottom open. That 7 filled that hole within a heartbeat. But the 3, once again, a rookie, so just kind of learning his ropes here, feeling out what he can get away with.
Yeah, so Salmaso has joined us in chat. He says, well, better to wreck today than next Monday. I agree with you, Luis. Get it out of your system. Hope to see you in victory lane, buddy.
Now, Trey, if that's not optimism, I don't know what is.
Hey, well, we got to be optimists here.
Optimistic as
Indubitably.
Please don't use words we can't use.
I will have you know that phrase is coiled. Indubitably.
Well, we don't have to talk about words we can't spell.
No, because Google will spell it for me.
Big check up on the bottom line is that kind of shot the number 12 car to the outside there.
And that allowed the 11 car to shoot the gap.
Yeah, I don't think Matt Hackthorne is very happy about that.
Might have to hack his way back to the front there.
Oh, he's got a big machete.
Well, he's got big behind him, but he's got big red. Mr. Kool-Aid.
I think I'm going to start calling him Purple Drink because I'm thinking Kool-Aid and Crown Royal.
I'm thinking, Trey, I hate you right now because you really got me one song. Purple Drink, that is.
I tell you to leave your house, Wendell, but I want you back before next week. So.
No kidding. It's not Purple Drink, Wendell. It's Purple Drank.
Purple Drink. Oh, there's an A, not an I.
Yeah, it's an A. Purple Drank.
My apologies.
You are correct, though, Wendell. The 88 and the 63 still circulating after that first track.
Isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Not a great thing, though, because they're modifieds.
Right, but with 10, 11 cars behind them, that's less cars they have to deal with Monday night.
Very true, very true. Although, you can kind of go where you want in a plate race.
Well, we kind of touched on this. Our outside pole sitter, Kevin the Flying Finn, he's currently 5 laps down. Looks like, as according to league rules, he's going to lose that spot, and he will start where he ends up in tonight's duel race.
So the back.
Currently 19th and falling.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You hate to see a guy with a good run and get caught up in somebody else's mess and then have to reevaluate how he's going to run his Daytona 250.
Yeah, without a doubt, that's just bad luck and a product of plate racing.
Yeah, you know what you're signing up for when you get here, so you can't hold too big of a grudge against anybody. It's just sometimes you're the bug and sometimes you're the windshield.
Very true.
And sometimes you just are neither, and you just can't get the break at all. You know what, Thomas? Trying to make the moves up there, Trey. Trying to side draft his way to the front.
Yeah, he is.
Looks like it's working.
One thing
learned from his father.
One thing I've learned, or not learned, but noticed is, we ran a night truck race here not too long ago, Thomas, you and I. And our trucks moved around a whole lot, and I'm seeing that with these cup cars. Do you think it's just because it's nighttime? It's causing a little handling issues with these cars?
Well, I know the lower downforce in the cup cars is drastically altered how you work on corner entry at these plate tracks. Because if you get a guy really hounding you on that right side, he can play a little havoc with you, suck you around, make you push in on entry, just kind of mess with your days. So I'd say definitely these guys are going to start moving around more and more. The fuel's burning off. It's going to get tighter quicker. So definitely some little shenanigans with the 7 and the 90 there. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I think up front, 48, he's great. No problem at all. Out back, you can't see where you're going, stuck in traffic. Yeah, she's probably getting a little ill handling.
Yeah, without a doubt, these guys are doing a good job so far of keeping control of those mighty beasts as they bring it down.
Looking to
go, 3 wide here through 3 and 4 maybe.
Not gonna work, I don't believe. No, I'm gonna lose the momentum there. As a 7 ducks out, maybe try to pick up his teammate. No.
Yeah, immediately ducks back in line.
You're my teammate, but you're too far back.
Maybe he's just trying to give him a sniff.
Laps to go.
Boy, where is the time gone tonight, boys?
Most of it went to qualifying.
Very true. And the fire department.
Yeah, thank you, Raleigh Fire Department.
Now, was that volunteer win?
No, those are full-time positions here within the city limits.
Volunteers are always the best. Meanwhile, I guess this 48's just trying to stink up the show.
Yeah, you know, he did the same thing, I believe it was Monday night. And pretty much led, if I'm not mistaken, majority of the laps.
I believe Trader brought it up. Is he going to be a typical Raider here and just not follow through at the end? Again.
Only time will tell. And there's not much time left.
Right now, the 2 and the 7 have gotten together finally as we're catching lap traffic there.
A little close.
Yeah, as the 12 sparks off of that 63 car.
Yeah, the 32 out.
I noticed that that outside line is getting a little bit more aggressive with their side drafting here.
That 7's doing some very aggressive lane changes.
That 7's on that Kurt Busch lap right now.
Well, I tell you what, that
It's
outside
working, though.
line, yeah, that outside line is formed up. If they can keep it like they are, they might be able to take the lead here.
We might have our first lead change of the night, boys.
Now they're going to have to keep it a little bit tighter knit than what they're doing now as the 11 drops back down to the bottom.
I'd say the 2 car got off of them a little bit, and that's going to kill the momentum. Talk about the 7. Pardon me, the 7 and 2 now. The 90 and the 9 are also teammates, so maybe they're just waiting to make their move.
Yeah, I noticed that 2 car dropped back down to the low line, so kind of ends the chances of that outside line to move forward.
Yeah, you're going to have to regroup and try that one again. Big loser in that whole bunch was the 32, though. He was running 3rd before all this happened.
But you know what? There's kind of a second pack of 3 cars behind this lead pack, and with these guys racing around, it might let this that group of 3 catch back up.
I'm sure that's their plan. They hope that they can just grab back onto that draft. You know how bad it is, Trey, when you can see it, you can just almost taste it, but you just can't get back in it. It just keeps pulling away from you.
Yeah, it sucks.
The 77 and the 87 looks like they're probably going to be able to get lined up, at least catch these 3 cars in front of them. Of course, with that angle, they looked a lot closer.
You know, shout out to 90 car, Corey Lindsay. He started P18 tonight. He's made his way up to 3rd. Very solid run for him.
Did a good job missing a couple of those wrecks, too. He was right in the middle of them.
Now, if you're him, are you satisfied with where you're at? You know, considering where you qualified, where you're racing, are you kind of satisfied with what you got?
With having a teammate behind me, nah, I think we'll go for it at the end. Saying that, I do remember the clash, but this is a different teammate, so hopefully this works out better.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see what the 22 is going to do. I know that's a Ford in front of him, so maybe he's going to work with the Ford. As the 11 is not content to ride behind them.
No, and as he is fittingly wearing the Maker's Mark paint, he's looking to make his mark.
Ooh, have a smooth.
Yeah.
Like
Almost
Maker's
as
Mark.
smooth as Maker's Mark.
Now, is he going to push up with the 2 here? Because these guys have a big run on the high side. But
They do, is that 77, 87 have caught the 3-car pack in front of them.
But no one goes with them.
Oh,
They're making that run work, though.
I'm kind of surprised that 7 car didn't jump out with them. That 2 being his teammate.
Yeah, because he was jumping out earlier, making the moves. Oh, they're up to 4th, but I think they're going to stall.
So we're coming to what, 10 to go.
Question is, do they have enough gas? We saw, what, about 30 laps at Talladega?
Well, I hope we're not 10 to go. I'm showing 11.
Okay, my bad.
No worries.
Remember, math is hard.
Yeah, math's hard.
Boy, that top line just... man, you got to get it better going than that. It's just not going to work when you only have 2 cars. does show promise though. That even at a night race, they're getting it going. They just don't have enough help.
32's gonna jump out there. Ooh, the 2 and the 87 touch. But they are gonna keep it going forward, but eesh.
Yeah, not the moves you want to make there.
No, it kind of kills your momentum.
It doesn't look like they're gonna, at least not right away, lose the draft of the lead pack. A little bit of right front damage to that 87 car, Richard Hines. That's gonna slow him down a little bit.
Without a doubt. Now the 2 did come over the radio and apologize for that, so that's big of him to do.
So now we got laps winding down.
No,
back there
as the 2 just corner dumps the 77 there. That's
no caution.
No caution is very interesting.
Remember, we're in that stage now, coming to 10 to go, where the admins will not throw a yellow.
Watch that again. Oh.
Can't believe that's not a yellow.
That definitely gave damage to the 11 car as well.
Wow.
That just jumbled up the front pack from 5th on back.
Well, I tell you what, he's Carlos Acosta is not making any friends tonight.
Not tonight.
No, and he said, "What do you want me to do? You checked up in front of me. I can't read your minds." Probably not going to be any love lost between Arcane Motorsports and Isentech Enterprises.
Gentlemen, is this implicated rivalries?
Could be.
The implications are astounding.
I can tell you one thing, those Isentech Enterprises Fords not having a great speed weeks, as a couple of them have gone airborne.
That's
in the
very
2 races
true,
we've covered.
Very true.
Back to the front, this 48's kind of leaving the bottom open now.
Yeah, he is.
Getting a little worried with that kind of line.
Yeah, it looked like he's pushing up a little bit. So far, nobody's trying to take advantage of it, but you know, with 2 laps to go, I don't know if I want to push up in the center of the corner.
Hell, at 5 laps to go, I don't want to push up.
Oh, 48 coming to pit lane this time. Boys, I don't think he can make it on fuel.
That's
He's been out leading every lap. So.
Oh, yeah, about that.
Maybe that's why the 22 was like, nah, go ahead. You got this. Lead.
I don't know about you, gentlemen, but I have had that happen to me before.
Well, you know what?
Been there, done that.
It kind of makes sense. He's the pole sitter. He's got nothing to lose. He can pit at the end of the
This is gonna get sketchy.
at the end of the race. Ooh.
As the 32 comes down with him. That's going to leave Race Clark in that 22 car as your new leader with 6 laps to go.
But for how long?
Not very, because not very long, because it looks like Corey Lindsey's looking to make that move immediately.
Gonna bring the 7 with him.
That Puma car looking to pounce.
Oh, you are on it tonight.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. You know, I'm surprised that 22 didn't try to throw a block there. As the he's screwed.
Yeah, he's got to fall in line.
Yeah.
As they hang the 7 out.
Yeah, Makita Puma. Teammates working together there.
Boy, that sounds like a stripper name.
Actually, I believe I met one named that one time.
Ooh.
Miami Beach.
You know,
just down the road then.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about the rules, man. I really can't blame Nathan for pitting. Maybe he just pit to get out of the draft. Don't have to worry about wrecking. You secure your pole here.
I don't know. I think he had to pit for fuel, because why would you... I mean, he was a dominant car.
Yeah, now that lead car does burn up considerably more fuel than any other car in the field.
Especially considering he came back in on track and it's circulating as the 38 just blew up on track. That's not the night he was looking for there, Cody Wright. His night has not gone right.
Not the right night.
Well, it'd be nice to talk to Nathan and ask him about it, but he's not on TeamSpeak.
Gotta say, this pack being led by Chad Brown here, if they keep their act together, they might be able to run down this little pack in front.
Well, they are going to have to keep it together. They're going to have to keep it nose to tail.
I take that back. That pack's
I don't
quicker
know
in
if they have
front of
enough laps.
They ran 2/10 slower than the front pack. That's a stout train of cars, about 2/10 quicker than that bigger group behind them.
We are going to go back to the lead pack here. The lead four is what we're going to call them. I don't personally think that 22 car is finished.
No, I think he's gonna make a move. Why wouldn't you? With 4 cars, you know you're probably. Odds are you're not gonna wreck here. So.
3 to go. I know the 90 and the 9, they're going to stick together as their teammates. But,
Are they?
Until maybe the last corner. But that 22 and 7, I just have a feeling they're going to step out and give it a go.
Pretty sure you're gonna want to win this race because that's gonna what? I guess you're gonna get elevated to the outside of the front row with a win.
No, you should be what, third?
Well, I mean, the second place guy is no longer gonna be second. So.
Oh, very true, very true.
Yeah, at worst third. So
2 more circuits and we're gonna find out.
Couple lap cars are catching here, nothing major. The 11's gonna make this interesting.
And the 9 car gets right into the back of the 11. Looks like 22 got some front end damage from that as well. Not really sure what the thought process was there for the 11 car, but
I don't know. But this is gonna big shake up with the 90 though. This is probably the 22 get a major run.
and he does right there. 90 tried to throw the block.
7's gonna go.
7 maybe gonna go with him. He's pinching him. We're white flag. We're 3 wide.
They're wrecking on the backstretch.
And there's a lapper ahead of him.
You got a car over. No caution.
White flag. This is it. This is gonna be for the win. Looks like Jeff Story makes the move along.
It's Jeff Story gonna be your leader coming out of 2, but 90 not giving up.
This might get a little physical.
Yeah, 22 all but eliminated to this point, but battle's going to be between the 90 and the 7. Going into 3, advantage to the 7. 90's going to get that run.
Don't know if he's going to have enough suck-up power here. Oh, he's going to look.
No, and it looks like it's going to be Jess Story. He's going to be your duel winner tonight.
Wow, that was insane last 3 laps there, boys.
That was pretty good. Pretty good.
Now, I've done a few adminning jobs in my day, and something tells me that 90's gonna have some words to say to that 11 car.
Yeah, as I believe it's the 9 car. It's gonna.
No, the 11 that put in front of him.
Yeah, no, the 9 car ran into the back of him.
Yeah, but the 90's the admin, so.
Oh, yep, got all about that.
There's gonna be a few maybe holler moments down there. Hey, come down.
It's rather unfortunate. We got fireworks illuminating the sky off the back straightaway.
So I'm guessing that Jess Story will start P2 because of the Flying Finn's troubles.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say yes, and give you guys an update. The dominant car of the night ends up P10.
Barely hang on to the lead lap, so I think you're right, Thomas. I think he pitted because he thought he was going to run out of fuel.
That's crazy to think he ran out of fuel. I mean, they pitted on like lap 12.
As the teammate of the 7 comes up to congratulate him here for the win. We're gonna watch him hopefully lay some rubber down, do some donuts. Speaking of donuts, if we could get our intern to bring us some, that would be excellent.
We gotta find a new intern.
Definitely. Broadcaster wanted. Please inquire within.
Moderate use of English is okay. I mean, just as long as you can make words, because you've obviously heard us that words are not our best suit. So
We got the 7 making a somewhat Polish victory lap here. Man, what a finish!
I tell you what, though, yeah, and shout out to that 90 car Corey Lindsey. Started P18, finished second, and Race Clark finished 11th, finished third. Nick Miller, we didn't talk about him at all tonight.
All night long.
Started 16th, finished fourth, and Chad, the Kool-Aid Man, Purple Drank Brown, started tail end Charlie, slowest qualifier. He rounds out our top 5.
Now, didn't he do the same thing at the Clash? I believe he wound up with the top 5 when it was all said and done.
So I'm starting to think maybe he sandbagged a little bit in qualifying.
Just a touch, or maybe he knew what was coming in the early stages.
We are talking about Chad Brown, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys remember at the beginning of the broadcast, he was very inquisitive about how aggressive people were going to be.
Very true, Wendell. Very true.
But P5, solid finish for that man. You guys know he's also a highly bearded man as well.
Yes, he is. Well, all the hair left the top of his head and went to his face.
Yep, and that's why I wear baseball caps.
Aha.
Aha.
You know, Wendell, I'm also working on my Randall Fox beard, so.
Oh, yeah, actually, how's that coming along, Thomas?
It's itching pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's a good stage.
And probably going to go bye-bye since we're heading into spring and it's really hot outside.
Yeah, it hasn't really warmed up here yet, but we're waiting for it. I'm ready. I love that at 98 degrees, 100% humidity.
Ooh, yeah.
Love it.
Sounds amazing.
Well, I wonder who Trey is going to bring in first.
Straight up snatched out of thin air, Chad Purple Drank Brown.
Hey, man.
How was it? Started.
Oh, wow. What an exciting race that was, huh?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you started tail end Charlie, 26th, ended up top 5. Tell us about your race tonight, Chad.
I didn't even look at the starting spot after my qualifying lap. So I didn't know how far I started back, but there was a lot of checking up on that bottom line, and I ended up with some damage, and I ended up losing the main pack there, and that was really a benefit. I got to give props to Matt Hackathorn for working with me and pushing me, man. I definitely wouldn't have got a top 5 without him.
Now, Chad, were you surprised with some of the earlier wrecks we saw? That's kind of been not the way
Man,
this league's trended.
I kind of figured it would get exciting with everybody sitting and waiting and being real patient through qualifying and everything. The amp was about to get turned up for sure.
And that it did.
Well, it got turned up so loud it reverbed.
Oh yeah, there was some reverb. I was really surprised with the amount of cars that I passed that were spinning out and wrecking there at the end, and no cautions were flying.
You know, Chad, I wanted to mention that through one of the first cautions, the numbers of the cars escaped me. You threaded the needle down the back straightaway, past I think 8 cars through the big one. That was.
Oh yeah.
How did that feel?
Oh, I was so glad to get through that without hitting anything, man. I came in anyway to repair a little bit of damage that I got in that first stack up. So I had tried to stay out or tried to just come in and get tires and get back out real quick, and just didn't feel like the car was hanging like it needed to. So I was really thankful to drive through that and be able to come in and fix some of it. But then I went back out and smashed the front end in again. So don't take much to beat them up, and a lot of times you can get them worked out and kind of hang with people still. But I needed another caution, another pit stop to get it fixed.
Well, I tell you what, Chad, with Nathan Belize, who was our pole sitter, finishing 10th, and Kevin the Flying Finn, who was the outside pole sitter, who's going to lose his spot finishing off the lead lap. You should have a pretty good start for the Daytona 250. It's got to be exciting, man.
Yeah, I'd much rather start in the front than in the back. I do expect there to be a lot of action early on, and just hope I can stay in front of it. But last year during Daytona, I was involved in a wreck in the lead, so there's not a safe place. There's really not.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. So one of our random interviews of the night, Chad Purple Drake Brown. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Good luck in the Daytona 250.
Hey, I just want to thank Cold Hard Art for coming on board and sponsoring us. Um, it's a really cool thing for them to do at the last minute.
Right on, brother. I agree with you. I hope to talk to you after the Daytona 250. Have yourself a good night.
I'm gonna do it, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks for broadcasting.
Chad Brown, probably one of the most exciting interviews we've had so far this season.
I think he was shocked for that top 5.
Yeah, he's very excited, wasn't he?
I love it. I love it.
Let me go see if I can grab our third place finisher.
And while he does that, Thomas, what do you feel like we should expect the same type of finish come Monday night?
Probably. I don't know. That one's hard to top. I would say probably more than that, but I don't know if you can top that. I mean, we had lap cars and guys swerving around and different leaders. So, if we could just see half of that, I think would be pretty cool.
All right, folks, I got him. P3 finisher. We talked to him just for the start of the race. That number 22 car of Isentech Enterprises, Race Clark. Tell us about your race, buddy.
It was an eventful one. I got wrecked under the caution. I saw Carlos coming, so I got back on the gas because I don't know if he didn't notice us checking up, and he still got me. It's whatever. It was only like 2 seconds of damage, and I got there up front, and I could make it to the end on fuel, and I knew Nathan couldn't because he didn't pit, so I thought I was pretty good. But I had Corey and Nick teammates lined up behind me, but still caught their draft and could probably still ride out third, and I ended up getting third. I don't know what the 11 was thinking. That was some interesting tactics there for absolutely no reason. But it's funny, I'm kind of upset, but I'll be starting third for the 250, which is really a good spot for a plate track start. So
I was gonna say, after the way your night went, I think third, probably a good spot to start there.
yeah, it's funny because I'm sitting here man, why do people do what they do? But then I'm starting third for the 250, so not much to complain about, I suppose.
No, we have to ask. We caught it on the stream when you and the 2 car of Carlos had a little love tap under caution there. Were you just thinking, oh boy, this is it. This is where it's going to end. He's just going to floor me right here, and my race is over before it even begins.
Well, yeah, because we always call pace car, and like this case, the backstretch. I see it. I start to check up, and I see Carlos still wide open. So I get back on the gas to try to avoid him, and he still got me. I guess he just wasn't paying attention. Like some of the hard racing tonight, I get because qualifying for your spot in the opening race, but yeah, under caution, that's kind of inexcusable.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was like, I think I said something about in the broadcast. Why aren't we watching the F3?
Yeah, I think me and Drew said the same thing. Just look at your F3, easy.
Speaking of your teammate Drew, he had a very good run going on, and unfortunately got caught up in somebody else's stuff, and the caution didn't come out. I'm guessing that after the clash, and I'm thinking Drew's probably done with Speed Weeks and is ready to move on.
Oh yeah, I think he said that he's 2 for 2 for being wrecked in Speed Weeks, and it's a big gamble every time you get on the track and do these things. I think his wreck happened at the hands of somebody familiar as well, unfortunately. But
I was
whatever.
just gonna bring that up. The same guy got both of you tonight, so
I think maybe he got a hit out on us. Isentech, $500, take him out.
he's a little nervous. You guys are a little too quick for him.
Yeah, it won't matter whenever we're at tracks where we can pull away and just actually have slow speed.
Oh, see, Wendell, there is a little tension there that we need to pull on.
It's like this is nothing new. You know what I mean? It's just whatever. It's racing. You always kind of get heated after sim racing or not, or just like a hobby or not. Still take it pretty seriously. It's whatever. Overall, it was a good race. I'm glad for third. I knew the second I pulled to the lead, and it was Corey and Nick behind me. That the chances of winning were out the window. I knew those two would work together, which is expected. But I'm glad that they had a good finish too.
Yeah, I know I had mentioned to Trey, I said, well, the 22 is going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat here. And then when the 11 did that, I was like, well, maybe not.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, maybe I'm back in this. And then, we were 3 wide on the white flag, and it was looking good. I had good speed. And I thought maybe I could get around Corey, get behind Jess, and pass him. But unfortunately, Kevin Finn was there, and I wasn't going to, of course, force the issue and wreck Corey. He's like one of my best friends, and I wasn't going to force the issue with Kevin Finn either, because, good friend. So I'd say maybe if it was other people, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Maybe if that was for the 250 win, it's a
Exactly.
different story.
This is for the 250 start, and like I said, third place is solid, because I don't have to deal with like the stress of people always trying to get around me in the lead. I'm on the outside, so where do you complain?
All right, Race, before we let you go, we gave you this opportunity before qualifying or during qualifying. We hope to hear somebody different. Who'd you like to give a shout out to tonight?
Always like to give a shout out to Drew and all of Isentech, Cam and Peter. It's been real fun being on a new team, a fast team, and Drew, he actually paid for my charter this season. And I have to, there's a little bet between us. If the Titans finish ahead of the the Texans in the AFC South next season, I don't have to pay it back. And if the Texans beat the Titans, I got to pay it back. And of course, I always got to thank Corey. He puts on a great show. And of course, you guys, you do a great job getting a view into it, look into it, and all y'all's insight. I really appreciate it.
All right, Race. Well, congratulations. Third place finish tonight. Gonna have a good start for the 250. We look forward to seeing how you do during the big race.
Yes, sir. Me too.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Y'all have a good one.
You know what? Since he called out the number 2, I'll be right back.
Our ambitious pit reporter working his way down pit lane. Not that we're trying to start anything, Wendell. Or, of course, Wendell's not trying to start anything at all right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope. The action on track.
Airtime?
The action on track spoke more than any words that we can say, other than hard words.
All right, Wendell Thomas. I got the number 2, Carlos Acosta, RK Motorsports team owner. Not making a lot of friends out there tonight, Carlos. Unfortunate race. Tell us about it, man.
Salutations, first of all, but no, about the Drew Eisenman that I wrecked. I was a bit hated after it, but they checked up in front of me and I didn't know what was going on, and I looked at the replay and it looked different from where I was looking at it from the cockpit. So I mean, it looks like I just 100% turned him, and I probably didn't. I'm really sorry for that. It was definitely not intentional. I was coming in to give him a bump. Unfortunately, that's just how it was. But I had a really fast 2 Chevy, and fortunately got a couple issues with it with the 22 and a checkup where I gotta admit I just wasn't looking in front of me. I didn't think anything was gonna happen. So I'm really sorry to both Race and Drew. And thankfully we finished 6th. Unfortunately for Drew, he did not finish in the top 10. But unfortunately that's just how it is sometimes with me.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sure they appreciate you coming on here and manning up and admitting your mistakes. I know as a sim racer, I always appreciated that. But you know, on the bright side, as a team owner, you got a car in victory lane. How does that feel?
It feels fantastic. My spotter, Justin Kolb, he is a great person. He helped me out there a lot this race. With about 2 to go, Jess is telling me he's just going to hang in there. He's not going to worry about trying to pass them. And then I tell my spotter, why are you spotting me? Go spot the 7. He's there. And then 2 seconds later, I hear, I've got the lead. And I'm like, oh my God, please hold it. Please hold it. And he held it to win. And that was an amazing move he did. He held it down there. He committed. And I saw the replay. And you guys had a great angles of it. Kudos to you guys. And he held onto it and won. And I'm so happy as a team owner. It's his 3rd win, I believe. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Well,
All
I think
right.
he covered my questions there, Trey. I think he covered all of it before I could even ask one.
Yeah, well, Wendell, got anything for Carlos?
No, man. We like I told Thomas before you grab Carlos up here. I think a lot of words were set on track tonight with the steering wheel, and we'll see how that plays out again Monday night.
All right. Well, he's the driver of the number 2 machine. He's from Lima, Peru. Carlos Acosta, RK Motorsports team owner. Thank you for joining us. Good luck in the 250, buddy.
No problem. Good luck at the broadcast coming up. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. This Rooster Teeth machine was amazing. We'll get it up next week. You guys have a nice day.
All right. I guess we got to talk to the league owner. He was our second place finisher, Corey Lindsay. I'm not even going to give him any warning.
Here we
I'm just
go.
going to grab
Oh,
him.
Lord.
I'm just going to grab him and just snatch him.
And boom, there he is. Corey Lindsay.
There he is.
Rolls off the grid 18th tonight. Brings it home a solid P2. Maybe a rather unfortunate incident there at the very end, but still, second place, a solid finish. Tell us about your night, Corey.
Oh, it was eventful, that's for sure. First off, I got to thank Cold Hard Art, Nathan Young Designs, and all these guys for racing tonight on a Friday. How about that? My race itself was, I don't know, first 15 laps or so, I was lagging like crazy. I I was all over the place, and nobody else could see it but me. It was weird. And then I don't know if it was a full moon out tonight or what, but some of these guys they were acting pretty stupid out there. So somehow me and Nick got up to about 5th or 6th. I don't know how we passed all those cars, but we sure did. And then those lap cars, they just don't know what the hell they're doing. They get in the way, and here we are. I gotta say, good job to Jess. He read that right. And I hate racing Race Clark the way I did, but we're trying to get a W. Even for a qualifier, that's what we're doing out there. So it's good and bad, but overall, it was good to get a P2.
I was going to say, well, go ahead, Trey.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, we saw those last couple laps. It got intense in a hurry, especially with the lap car in the way. We talked to Race. He said he knew he wasn't going to do anything crazy because it was just for a starting position. But we heard your side there where you really won the W at all cost.
I don't know about all cost, but if I get fed the Kool-Aid of a lap car, I'll try to give my competitor the same drink, I guess. And there we are, huh?
Well, I'm going to ask you as a league admin. I'm going to talk to you. Hats off to 3 Wide. You guys definitely have different formats. Open qualifying tonight. It was fun to me as a broadcaster to be able to talk to the different drivers, and you know I apologize to the league that I didn't get around to talking to everybody because they give such great interviews. But you know, it's great that you guys have the courage to do things different here in 3 Wide, and I think that's what makes you special. And it seems that your drivers and team owners and charter members really respond to that. So tell me, you know, how much do you appreciate these guys, and you know, what does this mean for league racing?
Well, it's all on them. They make this what it is. I get to organize it, which is a cool deal. And it's the drivers. They make it what it is. And you know, we put the idea of maybe a beta race league to keep the cost down on myself because I was doing it all out of my own pocket, and they responded really well to it, and we got more participation and more people involved in it than I even anticipated. I mean, you see that 3 Rock race, we were supposed to have like up to 28 cars, but we still ended up with 22. And that was just, we were only expecting maybe 14, 15 cars total. And there we are with a possible 28 car field in that race. So they make it what it is. I just try to make it enjoyable for everybody and make it equal.
It's pretty awesome, Corey, because I tried to ask everybody in their interviews who they wanted to give a shout out to, and I think to a team they all said we give a shout out to Corey Lindsay for what he's doing for this league, and I'm kind of with them. Hats off to you. You got the courage to do things different, and from a broadcast point of view, I'm enjoying myself. It's a lot of fun, man.
Oh, well, we appreciate you guys for taking this on. I mean, even doing this deal here on Friday. I don't see too many broadcasters out there doing this. I don't even know if I have seen anybody do it, but it's a cool deal, and it's good to be a part of it.
Well, the racing gods tried to keep us from doing it tonight, but
Yes,
Wendell
they did.
would not let that happen.
Yeah, well, thank you for all your hard work and your efforts.
Huh. You can thank that alignment that I'm going to have to get after jumping that curb.
Yeah. First world problems, Wendell. First world problems.
I tell you.
All right, folks. P2 tonight should be rolling off what? P3, Corey, if I'm reading it
Somewhere
right.
around there.
All right. Well, we thank you for taking the time to talk to us, man. Good luck in the 250. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you many times throughout the season.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Well, hey, what do you say?
Bring him down.
Let's get us a winner.
I can say Corey is very laid back guy for what just happened there.
Yeah.
Kind of calmed himself.
Well, so far he's laid back, but
Yeah.
Speaking of laid back, my man just laid back tonight. Took it easy. Rolled off P5, but he took home the trophy. It's going to be your second place starter, if I'm not mistaken. Come Monday night. Jess Story, he's piloting that number 7 car for Arcade Motorsports. Jess, tell us about your night.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really expecting to win the race, to be honest with you. I was just kind of, riding around, just doing whatever, trying to stay out of trouble, get a decent starting spot. But I know when that caution came out, I knew if we pitted then, we'd be able to make it on fuel because of our fuel window and all that. But yeah, all in all, it was a good night. I was lined up 4th there in the closing laps, and I was just content with riding 4th because I saw Nick and Corey up there. They were going to work together. I knew it was going to be hard to get by them. So I was content with riding around in 4th and finishing the race in 4th. But not really sure what happened there with that lap car that got Nick all mixed up. But it allowed me to get to race his back bumper and give him a little bit of push to get him side by side with Corey coming off of 4. And then I saw them trying to lean on each other a little bit. And I thought either I go with one of them and finish second or take it 3 wide and try to win the race. So I chose it to take it 3 wide to win the race and ended up being the right call. So,
well, without a doubt, that was the right call. We kind of jumped to our feet there. We saw you guys go 3 wide, taking the white flag, and we knew it was either going to end in victory for somebody or heartbreak for a group of you.
yeah, I mean, I was really nervous when I took it 3 wide because I saw a lap car coming up, and I thought, am I going to be able to clear one of them or both of them by the time that lap car come up? So I was kind of nervous. So I feel really bad for Corey and Nick. They were gonna walk away 1-2 there because I wasn't even going to try and contest it. But again, I wasn't sure what was going on with the lap cars. But it is what it is. I mean, I came out of the upside of it with getting the checkered flag.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's why we get to run these races, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, Jess. Those that aren't familiar with OCR TV, because we're learning you're learning us. We like to do a segment every week, random questions from the winner that we try to get from the chat. And tonight's question comes from Kevin, the Flying Finn. He says, what are your expectations for Monday?
Well, I think tonight's race really helped me and figured out what the cars can do and how all that. I feel like my expectation with me starting up as far front as I am, I feel like my expectations are to go out there and try to win the race. Get that win out of the way, get myself locked into the chase, and hopefully proceed forward.
Yeah. Well, do you think tonight's race was the night race? Do you think the track and the racing is going to be any different Monday when we go to a day late afternoon race?
Well, I think the only difference you'll probably see is that the cars will be a little bit harder to drive. I'm not really sure how that will change the racing overall, but the cars will definitely be a little bit harder to drive because it's a little bit more slick. You don't have as much grip. So I feel like I said, it'll make it harder for them to drive. Might not change the racing very much. I feel like we're still going to have some good racing.
All right, Thomas, Wendell.
I was gonna say I thoroughly expect us to have a decent show throughout the field, and I know a little more added weight now. We heard the news out of iRacing. This will be possibly the last Cup race on the current generation of car / build / tire model. So does that add a little more pressure to you to get that final win in the league under this kind of current Cup car format?
I mean, you always have that kind of pressure, no matter what rules package or whatever, that you want to go out there and show that you're the best with the rule package you're given. So, yeah, there's always going to be that pressure, but I really don't let that get to me. I just go out there and race and do my best and go try to win the race.
All right, Jess, I think before we let you go, we got to ask you, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yes, I would love to get a shout out to Corey Lindsay and everyone at Three Wide Racing League. Thanks to him, we have an opportunity to race on Sundays and Monday nights, and in this case Friday nights. Want to thank Cold Hard Art for sponsoring the Cup Series. Want to thank you guys for putting on a great broadcast, and I want to give a big shout out to my team owner Carlos Acosta, everyone at RK Motorsports for giving me this opportunity to drive his car. It's been a blast racing with him.
All right, I'd like to second that. Shout out to Cold Hard Art. You can find them at coldhardart.com. Check them out on the World Wide Webs and see what they got to offer.
Oh, old man. You can check them out on Facebook and Twitter too.
Got the intrawebs.
That as well. You got to go to the interwebs.
Oh boy, not the interwebs. Well, I think that about does it for tonight, boys.
Yeah, again, congrats to that number 7 car, Jess Story, picking up a pivotal win tonight.
A W.
But don't fret. We're back in a couple of days. Sunday night action. Sunday. B cars from Daytona. We come to you. Correct me if I'm wrong, Thomas Morris. We come to you live 9:45 Eastern.
Oh, you got it right that time.
Got him. That's 6:45 Pacific for you West Siders.
Whew.
We're live B cars Sunday night. We're going to be back again the following night, Monday night, 9:45 Eastern, 6:45 Western, or Pacific. That's going to be your Daytona 250. But basically what we've got back-to-back nights coming at you. Sunday night, Monday night. I know for sure Trey Landry will be there. Thomas Morris will be joining us. Mystery broadcaster, maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
Just sorting through all those intern files now.
And as far as I know, barring any more house fires and fire trucks and police cars blocking the exit of the road, should be there with these guys. But I don't know. Good race tonight. It's shaped up for a really good race Sunday and an even better one Monday night. Join us then here, youtube.com, OCR TV, Sunday night, 8:45 Central. Got him. Be here.
I feel like you're milking that.
Like a cow. For Thomas Morris, Trey Landry, and absent Thomas Fredericks tonight, and myself, thank you for joining us. We will see you guys Sunday night.
See ya!